And to show you that the exact same system of events unfolds everywhere I go, I am literally standing, ow, on a goat head, right in my front door, and when you turn, here's the third person that followed us. Oh, look at that, boom. Okay, so one's 5 spaces down and across. The second guy he wasn't happy with any of the other spaces, but you can see how empty it is, and they all, look at that. And he's got to get, boop, right there. See, I'm literally standing. If I come out my front door, or my side door rather, boom, there that guy is. See? Acting like he's doing some work. Well, I'm not watching you. I didn't follow you in here. Those 3 people were not here. As soon as we pulled in, before I got the trailer unhooked and hooked up, here they came, one after the other after the other. Plus, I took a picture. 8 people all of a sudden decided to take a walk, and because they're watching you and keeping track of what you have inside your vehicle and your trailer, one of them came out with a backpack and a guitar, because you can see a guitar case when I open my door. That's how stupid this program is. He doesn't look anything like me. He's like 70 pounds heavier than me. He's way darker skinned. You know, totally different build. But this is what they do around the country. So I got a picture of that. And it's basically, I'd say 50, maybe 75 yards across of people walking towards me all of a sudden, all at once. A family of 4 crossing the street, and then the guy with the backpack and the guitar over his shoulder talking to the host, and then a couple taking a fake walk. These people bypass, they have a 30-foot motorhome. They don't use that. They bypass the 2 restrooms on the hill, and they bypass those 2 restrooms there so they could walk another 100 yards past us just to walk by the truck. Several people also did that. Okay, so that's what happens everywhere I go in the country, no matter what, if they don't act like I'm not allowed to camp there, even though this trailer's a 2020 and there's people in 1975 Fleetwood travel trailers that have been there since 1975. Not saying anything about a certain spot on the California side by Parker. I'm not saying anything about them. But this is the exact same bullshit. So I've been thrown on the same group as people in terrorist organizations, gangs, motorcycle clubs, the 1%er demographic. This is how they do them. Okay? Now, I've never been an affiliate. I've never been a prospect. I've never been a patched member. None of that, none of that, none of that, none of that. As far as I know, I've only seen those people ride by me when I was riding. So, what, But anyway, this is in under an hour, 3 different people. Bop, bop, bop. So every 15 minutes, here comes one. And as soon as that one's done, here comes the second. As soon as that one's done, here comes the third. Okay? And then while that's going on, you can see it. You see how there's no movement right now? Now just picture about 10 people walking. 2 people over there, 2 people over here, 2 people to the left, 2 people to the left of them. Right? This is everywhere in the country. They watch me walk my service dog, watch her piss, watch her shit. They watch me go to the bathroom. They watch me get gas. There was a guy watching me check out my groceries at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning at the grocery outlet at the previous city we were just in, up in Colville. He's staring in my cart. I caught him. They think I'm not watching because I'm talking to the cashier. I'm watching him. He's staring at my cart looking at what I got. Like he's my dad. Okay? That's what these people do. Now, I've been thrown in jail because I say something about these people. You know what? That's the exact same thing they did to me and Parker. 3 different families, but they got way closer. See how there's all these empty spaces? They would bypass all these empty spaces and get right the fuck next to you and proceed to scream and holler. Okay? Now, I think we're on the Columbia River, so it's huge. There's campgrounds all up and down this thing, and it runs the length of the state, more or less. And everywhere I've gone up and down the Columbia River, and I've driven in a circle, and I've gone about 5 miles away from the river a couple times to camp, and you've seen a Honda Fit painted in camouflage with a bright orange, completely two, conflicting ideals, with a bright orange kayak sticking up out of it, and they're driving it through 4-foot tall grass. So those motherfuckers do that shit all the fucking time. So these people are illegally following regular Americans like they're a fucking terrorist. The only gang I was ever a member of was the United States Army. They wear colors, okay? But these people follow us like this everywhere. Everywhere, everywhere. I could teleport to, was it Madawaska or Madawaska, however you say that, Maine? I could teleport there right now, and in under an hour, there'd be a setup just like this. If nothing else, one or two people, all of a sudden I feel interested in this spot. It was empty, but now you're here. That's what they're doing. So what do they think you're doing? Because what they're doing is felonious. They're crossing state lines. Some of them are crossing international boundaries from Canada and Mexico. Okay? And I've shown that. They're driving around Sierra Vista and Naco with Sonora, Mexico plates, doing all the gang stalker shtick. I'm not in the gang. They're the gang. See how flipped and reversed that is? And also see how that guy's dressed in all black, G. Who else do we know that does that? Okay? So that follows me all over the country. Some lady and her daughter's like 100 pounds overweight, and they both darted out from behind a UPS truck in what had like 10 CCTV cameras there at the Chase Bank, and don't look. They know you're coming, that's why they do it, and they just walk straight ahead, both of them. Someone in their 30s and someone in their 50s. And then they go, what the fuck's your problem? It's like Fight Club. They're just trying to start shit, and they follow you like you're the problem. That is the America that the current administration is hiding from everyone and lying about and just going, everything's fine. No, the fuck it's not. Because you know who wasn't there when we came in? This guy. And in under an hour, this guy to our right and the other asshole to our left that I showed you. Actually, in under a half hour. But that's everywhere in the country. And you saw at, what was that? Not Douglas Falls. Sheep Creek or something like that. Empty. 30 spaces. Empty. There's one person all the way in the back, and they were having a birthday party. They had it all decorated. As soon as we get in there, people do what this asshole did, and they get right about there, except they get out and they slam their doors several times, and then they walk 20 feet and they stand there and they point, and then they turn around and they slam all their doors again, and then they leave. And then someone else comes in before those people get across the bridge that crosses the creek. Someone else is coming in. And about 3 or 4 people will do that. That's everywhere in the country. That's not fucking normal. And they're trying to tell me and everybody that I tell that that's crazy and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's right. Someone who was in the Army or the Marines, an infantry-based, or anybody that was in surface warfare in any branch is going to know when they're being tailed, because they give you briefs on this shit. They tell you as a soldier, don't drive home the same time twice. Go home a different way every day. Go to get gas. Go to Burger King. Go to McDonald's. Go to Walmart. Every day, go somewhere else before you go home. This is not normal. I'm not in the military. I haven't been in the military for over 12 years. This follows us everywhere in the country. I've created seven different social media platforms, keeping track of this on a daily basis. Whether I've had an apartment for 4 to 6 months, or I have to move every 3 to 5 days like we're doing now, or every 7 days, I think is the limit out here on most places. Okay? Everywhere we've gone. If it was empty, boom, just like I said, 3 more people show up and they all get right by you. And they all got dogs. And they all dress like you. And sometimes, all the way in Maine, they'll interact with you after you've stayed the night at the Walmart, so you can get up and get in and get groceries at 06 before any of the assholes come in. And these people get into the parking lot in a color that a vehicle that's the color of yours, and or the exact same model if they can, dressed like you to a T, except they have completely different characteristics: red hair, blonde hair, black hair. Okay? And they will pull a knife on you. I have the card of the gentleman that responded to the call. These people will pull a knife on you and then call the cops and say, you threaten them. I am not joking, and you're staring at the proof, okay? 48 states of this on camera, knowing that it's following me around on camera since July 20th, 2019. Do you understand? I stayed in that apartment 4 more months, and it happened every day in a little 6-plex apartment. Okay? What you're seeing now, people would pull into the driveway and just fucking sit there. That's not normal. And that was a place where people are coming out of halfway houses, where they're coming out of prison, where they're coming out of domestic violence situations or attempted murder situations, and they're recovering alcoholics and drug addicts. And that's where they're doing this shit at. Do you realize how out of control the country is? They're doing surveillance, illegal hacking and tracking of your phone, of your financial records, of your private conversations, everything you look up. I have nothing to do with anybody. And I've been recording this every day, 24 hours a day, as long as I'm up. If it happens, I show you. And shit like that follows me everywhere. I bet if I get up and move, one of these motherfuckers will get up and move with me. If I got up and found a dispersed camping spot 1 mile away, if one of these fuckers didn't get up and follow me, someone else would pull up next to me. I've shown it to you over and over and over and over again. You should be fucking scared. Okay? Not of these idiots, but of the fact that this is being allowed and it's being done, and I'm showing you. I am showing you everywhere I go. Guess what color shirt I'm wearing today? Guess what color slacks I had on earlier? I changed into my board shorts. Okay? Everywhere in the country. Everywhere. Illegal surveillance, illegal hacking, illegal tracking, illegal harassment. Do you understand? I show you every day in a different city, a different county, and about every week or two, or every month at least, a different state. Okay? You should be scared. You need to do something about it. You shouldn't have to walk around with a camera on like this, so if weird shit happens to you, you have proof. Because these people will lie. Oh, I've heard it. I've heard them talking to the cops with my window open. I had to shut the window so I didn't jump out at that motherfucker and choke him to death. Everything out of that guy's mouth is a lie. Okay, well, it's on live video camera for 5 years in every state. So, sounds like you're lying. They will lie like their fucking life depends on it, because it probably fucking does.